So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for having me here at the NAB Stage 2024. The topic I want to talk to you about today is how machine learning and artificial intelligence can improve quality of experience in video analytics. And what I will not talk about is like, big buzzword AI, long future, where it could bring us. I want to show you like really concrete use cases that we have implemented at NPO. In order to really improve our product and in order to make it more beneficial for our customers. I will start a little bit with a few slides about what is MPO, because I think that's really important to understand in order to understand more the use cases and why artificial intelligence is helping us. And then at the second part of the presentation, I'm going to give you a demo about Nala, a product that we beta launched right now here at the NAB and on a booth over there. It's a recorded demo because we have some Wi-Fi issues here, but it's you can see it's a live demo, just a video tape. So basically, NPO is the leading video intelligence company in the world. We are helping our customers such as broadcasters, telco operators, pay TV providers, and OTT platforms to make database decisions. So we are a plugin in the device, in the end user device, in the plugin, in the player, and that plugin provides us with data, and basically we track everything that the end user is doing from the starting with a user journey, content consumption patterns, tracking something like engagement, which content drives engagement, but also ends like topics or covers topics like quality of experience, so perceived quality of experience, how many buffers that the customer had, the end user had, how many join times, error crashes, etc. did the customer have. So pretty much everything that the end user perceives and uses and how he behaves on the video platform, we do track. We do that in a holistic way in terms of that we have different products for different departments. I'm going to show that in a second. Just very short where we're coming from. We are located in Barcelona in Spain. We founded 2008 as a video platform ourselves, it was an entertainment platform called WAC TV. And we sold it 2010 to Rakuten. We became the platform of Rakuten TV that you might know. And we actually managed Rakuten TV for another 2 years. And while doing that, we identified that it's super tough, almost impossible to manage something that you don't measure. So we started, as there was no analytics tool back then in the world, we started with our own analytics tool called Ubora. At the very beginning, we launched it in 2013, sold it to different customers from us, different platforms, video platforms, broadcasters. And since then, we developed the product and added a lot of more products and more features to it. As we heard from all of our customers that they really want to have a 360 approach, one single source of truth. They don't want to have a different product for marketing, different product for ops, different product for technical engineers and for the customer care, because that causes, of course, silo thinking. It causes data inconsistency, and it causes the fact that different departments look at different data, and therefore one department could identify issues while the other doesn't. So therefore we developed a lot of new products and launched it all the time. So that meanwhile we have a holistic approach of analytics products for all kind of needs, all kind of departments. We track over 124 billion video plays per year, literally in every country in the world. And that, of course, gives us a lot of intelligence, a lot of understanding of major trends in the market. We do exactly know how does the end user behave, how does this behavior change over time. We do exactly understand how our customers handle issues, how they evolve and improve the quality. So we see how they handle the independencies maybe between a buffer ratio and a join time, and how they manage that over the time. And as you all know, we have the incredible amount of video platforms out there in the market. So the competition is very, very strong, and it's a field competition. Some people talk about the streaming wars. And I think what is important, of course, content is super important. Content is king, right, as we know, and it might remain king. But what we have is a queen that becomes more and more powerful and important. And that queen is about quality of experience. So if you have a product that doesn't work properly and creates a lot of issues, you will lose the user before you actually can see that you have great content, right? We know that if a buffer ratio or a video needs more than 5 seconds to start, over 50% of the customers will drop off, right? So the end user becomes incredible. Well, he loses patience. He's not a patient user, and he's incredibly demanding, independently from which device you use. It doesn't matter if it's a big screen at home, in the living room, or it's a mobile phone while commuting in the subway. The expectation from the end user towards a high quality of experience is very high. And therefore, of course, we are thinking about how can we improve that quality of experience, because that's our power. We don't have content, but we do have tools to improve quality of experience. And of course, with all the data that we have, AI is a natural first step or next step for us. And what we did then a few years ago, 2 years ago, we started a road trip with customers to identify what are the challenges, the main challenges for them while using our tool on our platform, and how can maybe AI be a solution to these issues. So we are not talking about AI in terms of, 10 years ahead. We're really talking about how can AI now be a natural integration or a natural part of our product in order to help our customers to identify issues faster. And that was actually one of the first topics we identified. That, and again, it's not rocket science. The customers, the time until our customers identify issues and mitigate issues is super crucial, because ideally you want to identify issues and mitigate them before the majority of users are impacted, right? You don't want the user to call you and say they have an issue in your platform. You want to identify the issues and mitigate the issues before actually the users are impacted. And therefore, it's super important that you have that happens very fast. And of course, we have real-time data. That is not the issue. The issue is on the customer side. The customer needs to set thresholds to get alerts, to identify that there is an issue, and then they need to have a multidimensional search for the root cause. And all this is possible on our tool now, of course, already, but it takes time and it takes resources. And we just saw that, in this fair competition, time and cost efficiency is very, very important. So that was one of the topics where the customer said, how can you help us to identify the root causes, how identify issues that are impacting customers much, much faster? That is something that we talked about, and I will show you in a second how AI helps us here. The second part was that the data skills of the different team members is a challenge for different reasons. One point is that people with high data skills are still very rare, and it's difficult to find them. And if you find them, they're most likely pretty expensive, and it's difficult to have them working with your team and with a tool permanently in a long time. Also, you have different team members that might not be super skilled, and they want to use data as well, and maybe not on a daily basis, but on a weekly or monthly basis. And if you only have them like entering your tool like on a weekly basis, they might forget where they did actually find the data, right? When we just talked a lot of C-levels on our booth as well, and they say, look, we love your data, your tool, but we actually only enter the tool like on the C-level basis, like once a month. And then every month, again, the challenge is how to actually find that data that I want, because it's such a rich tool and there's so many data, and it just takes a long time to actually come to the data point that you need to find. So that was the second big thing where they say, why can't you use AI in order to help me to find my data much, much faster? And that's basically what we did. So we launched Nala, our natural language tool. It's beta launched this year here in the NAB. And basically it helps, it's just a natural next step to our tool. It's a natural next step in order to find and mitigate the topics faster. And you can basically see, these are just like 6 examples of different questions that our customers ask them and issues that our customer have when they use our tool. And until now, they needed to, for example, they want to know, are there any anomalies in buffer ratio in November, and break them down by hour. You could find that information, of course, now in our tool already, but you needed to go to a dashboard. You need to set different filters. You need to set different time frames, and just took some while. And if you're not used to doing that, you might forget how it works, and you might not be able to find the best solution. with that tool that we're going to present to you in a second, you will get the answers to all these questions within seconds. Because basically what it is, it's a natural language tool. So that means that you can ask questions, type in questions, prompt questions, either by text or by voice, and Nala will provide you the answer within seconds. Yeah, so it's just an incredible increase of efficiency and for reducing costs and resources. So we don't need to spend too much time on that slide because we can jump into the next page in a second where we're going to show you a video about the tool. But, and again, that's more or less the user interface, and it's easy prompting where, that might be used from ChatGPT already, where you can jump in and get answers to the different questions that you have and get the tool analyzed and get the tool identify anomalies. And of course, you need to do the mitigation yourself, but you'd find directly the root cause and the source of the issues. And by the way, you don't even need to enter the tool, actually. You can also send an email to our tool, and she will send the answer per email as well. So it's really an easy way and much more efficient way to identify issues and improve your quality of experience. So let's have a look at the video that I brought with you. I hope you're able to see it. It's a bit small, but basically I can read it for you. So the question is here, how many buffer ratio did I have last month? And you see it takes a while because it's not a fake video. It's really just a recorded demo. So it does now analyze your system and comes back with a question. Not rocket science, but until now you need to enter the tool, you need to enter the dashboard, you need to understand where you have that information. And here it's just a much faster and more efficient way. So here, for example, you can also ask, detect anomalies by hour. And what happens here, and maybe we can pause here for a second. So what happens here is basically you ask the tool, can you detect any anomalies that I had on my video platform and provide me them by hours? And because you were asking questions about the month already in the question before, Nala understands that it's related to that prior question and the previous question, and therefore she shows anomalies by month. So we analyze, okay, how is the buffer ratio normally, and what are there any anomalies? And you see here, for example, I think it's the 19th of March in that example, where there was a big anomaly. So of course now you see, okay, there's something going on. And the next question maybe can continue, please. The next question then of course would be, what was the reason for that anomaly on the 19th of March? So you ask that. Just copy and paste it here. So she's analyzing now in real time the root cause. So multi-regression analysis to identify what happened on the 19th of March and why was there such a big anomaly and what was the main driver of these anomalies. And as you can see in a second, apparently in that moment it was a player version. So it directly shows you that it was a player version. Again, all these information you could find in our tool as well by searching and setting different filters. But just with the prompting style, it gives you information or access to the information within seconds. So here she comes up with different information, what happened. And again, sorry, it's a little bit small, but here you see it's, I think 65% was of the buffer ratio was caused by one certain player version. So of course, then you want to dig in deeper and then want to understand what happened with that player version. So the next logical question would be that you ask Nala, show me the errors that player version caused or generated. Yeah. So now you can dig in deeper, and that's just an easy way how to create understanding of what's going on on the platform and get visibility of the issues that you have on your platform. So here you see then we analyze, okay, there was obviously a high on the player version, it's just a double check. So we saw here, okay, at that 19th of March, there was a high increase in errors on the player version. So obviously we want to understand what caused this high increase of errors of the player version. And we want to ask Nala, show me please the different errors that we had on the player version on the 19th of March. So again, it takes a while. As I said, that's really the time it takes. And, even if you need to wait a little bit, just imagine how you would research data. Otherwise, you would need to go into the tool and check these dashboards and identify, and it would take much, much longer. So here now you see 19th of March, we got the double check. We had the anomalies, as I said, at the 19th of March. We checked that it comes from the player. We checked that there was a high anomaly at the 19th of March in the player log, error increased. And here you see the different errors. So now you know exactly within, I don't know how long it took now, max 2 minutes, you know exactly what was the anomaly, that you had an anomaly, what caused the anomaly, when was it, what was the root cause, and you can mitigate it very fast and by working on that player version. Yeah. So that's just one example. Another example is, as you might know, our tool is super customizable, and you can create dashboards by yourself, very easy with drag and drop. But Nala also gives you the possibility that you can just prompt asking her, and maybe you can pause another second here, by asking her, please create me a dashboard with the most important buffer ratio in the last month, and she creates the dashboards within seconds, and then you can go in the dashboard and actually customize the dashboard and optimize or change data sets, change data frame or whatever to generate your dashboard that you need in order to really monitor and optimize your tool with Nala and within seconds. Can we move on, please? Yeah, so basically we just had another short example how we then adjusted the dashboard that we created with one prompt, and then another prompt you can customize it. So that's just a short example of how we use AI at NPOR in order to make better products, in order to help our customers to identify issues faster that they might have on their platform. Again, it's not a rocket science, not like where AI going to bring us maybe in 5 years, but it's like a very concrete use case, how we optimize and how we use AI right now at NPOR to make a better product for our customers and to really help them save resources and help them to improve their quality of experience while optimizing their budget. Thank you very much for your time. I don't know if you have any questions. Otherwise, thank you very much.